Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey fans, welcome to another episode of J&J Sports Talk Podcast.
That's right.
So how you doing today?
And I'm a little under the weather. I don't feel real good. Gotta love this up and down weather in Florida. So, just a little sick, not feeling well. You?
I'm hanging in there. I'm doing good. Got some good sleep. Finally, feel refreshed. Sorry about last week. We had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to transfer over. I think it was operator headspace more than anything.
But hopefully we'll get this one posted
We're back
for you
on
guys.
schedule.
We're back on schedule. So what you got for us today?
Well, I'm looking at the, we've been following the March Madness. Now we're into April.
Yep.
So we're getting down to the Final Four. My bracket is all screwed up.
No, mine too. Yeah.
Tennessee got put out last week by Houston. That was a tough one. We couldn't hit a shot to save our lives.
I bet that was for sure. Houston's a good team though.
Yeah, I mean, Jamal Mashak and Zakai Ziegler both were in tears, because they couldn't do it for Coach Barnes.
Yeah.
Not because they couldn't do it for themselves, not because it wasn't, whatever. They couldn't do it for Coach Barnes. And that was, that was awesome. Ziegler put out a post of All Nation saying Knoxville's always his home. He's going to be there for the rest of his life. This has been the best 4 years of his life. Knoxville is home. So, huge shout out to Knoxville for that. But the Final Four, we're down to the Final Four. We got Duke and Houston, and we got Auburn and Florida. I think we're still going to wind up with the two that I thought would probably go all the way, and that's Auburn and Houston. But I didn't plan on Duke being there, so that may throw a little wrench in the schedule. Cooper Flagg is everything that he is advertised to be.
Yeah, Duke and Houston. That's gonna be a game to watch for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. We got all number one seeds.
Yeah. Wasn't it like all number one seeds for the first time in a while?
Yeah, I think so. Because normally, when you're betting a bracket like this, you got to put a Cinderella team in there somewhere. But going to the big dance. But I guess they couldn't find their slippers this year. But this is all number one seeds.
Well, from what it sounds like, Duke would be the sleeper.
I don't know. Florida, they are a number one seed. They are one of those teams that are up and down, up and down, up and down. But they could be sleeping on us. They could jump up there and bite Auburn.
I still think Florida's going to beat Auburn. I cannot even predict the Duke and the Houston game.
Well, I think I would pull for Duke just because of Cooper Flagg. I'm going to pull for. I'm not pulling for him, but I would go with Auburn only because of Johnny Broome. If he gets inside into the paint, Florida's going to have problems. But he's not playing 100% either. He's coming off that rolled ankle. So we'll see. It should be interesting.
I'll be excited to see who goes to the championship, for sure.
I'll be watching.
Yeah.
But now, on other news, I did hear about your Vandy boys.
Yeah.
I forgot their names, but the last name was Orr, O-R-R.
Yep.
One played for Vanderbilt, one played for whoever they were playing this week. Arkansas.
Yeah.
And older brother Orr hit a long drive and younger brother Orr robbed him of the home run.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's gonna be some interesting talks at the dinner table.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine the conversation. But you see, you see that a lot in baseball.
Yeah.
It's nothing. Nothing new. It's just weird when it's your own family member that robs you of that home run.
Well, and baseball is about the only sport that's still around that when something like that happens, whether you're brothers or not, you tip your hat to them. Hey, that was a good play. You did good. It's a respect thing. It's a sportsmanship thing, and that's still around in baseball a little bit. Saw a big fight the other night in the NBA that started out to be a sportsmanship thing. I mean,
between the Pistons and the Wolves.
Yeah, he reached down to help the guy up, and another player bumped him out of the way, trying to help the other opposing team up. It started out as, "Hey, I'm sorry, I knocked you down. Let me help you up."
Right.
But I guess it didn't end up that way. But
yeah, I heard the coaches got into it.
Yeah, the coaches were there too.
That was.
I just, again, I've said it before. I don't think the thugs have a place in sports, professional sports.
It's not hockey, guys. Come on.
I watch a lot of conflict in sports on YouTube and stuff, and there's the same names that show up every time you watch them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention any names, but Draymond Green is one of them. Just saying. Might be a reason he's bouncing around from team to team at the end of his career. But baseball, what you got?
So, do you think the Dodgers are the best team in the MLB right now?
Best team in the MLB, yes. I'll disagree with the announcer that said they're the best team ever that he's seen. Obviously, he must be a young commentator because I've seen some really good teams.
Yeah. I think this year the Dodgers is stacked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure, they're going to be a contender, if not a winner, the whole way through.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, undefeated right now, that's unheard of in the MLB. I mean, you're looking at what? You're going on to your fourth game series.
Mm-hmm.
And normally, there's not a whole lot of undefeated teams going into the fourth,
So basically, you're telling me that baseball season has started.
Has definitely started.
So take me out to the ball game.
Yes. Also, the Cubs.
Okay.
They're blowing out their teams.
Who did I tell you that was going to be a sleeper this year? And you're like, no way, not them. The Padres, they're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
They're looking good.
Yeah, the Padres,
I'm telling you guys, they're going to be a sleeper.
They're throwing me for a loop, that's for sure. But I do believe as of right now, the Dodgers are probably the number one team right now.
Yeah, and right now I would agree with that. I'd go along with that.
Just because we're stacked. We got Edman, we got Ohtani, we got Hernandez, we got what's it? That other it's not Snell.
Mookie Betts.
Betts. That's it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, Ohtani, I'm a fan.
I tell you what. So Ohtani,
I'm not a Dodgers fan at all, but
Ohtani, he has an eye for baseball.
Yes, he does.
The accuracy that man and the consistency that man's at bat is just unheard of.
And he's a pitcher.
He's a pitcher, yeah.
That's what's unheard of in MLB. I mean, pitchers usually have a 100 batting average.
Yeah, yeah.
Not Ohtani.
I don't know exactly what his batting average is, but it's in the 300s.
Oh yeah, it's every bit of 300.
Yeah, because whether it's
With power.
oh yeah, and whether it's a single base to a two hit homer, 2-run homer, that guy's gonna hit the baseball. He's gonna hit it.
And he's not afraid to steal either.
He's not.
And that's a pitcher, guys. We're talking about a pitcher.
I think he actually stole one last night. Because there was a lot of errors last night on the Atlanta Braves side.
No, it's new. We're still early in the season.
Yeah.
It's you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that. Still, nerves are still there. New year, new beginning.
New chapter.
You're right.
Yeah. And going into I wrote this down because
Tell you about a headline I read in a minute.
I saw it on what we were watching. Get Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just want to ask you the question, and I'll give you my personal opinion, and I'm going to ask y'all the question too. Y'all can comment down below. Should the Steelers stick with Aaron Rodgers as a pick, or should he just go ahead and retire?
You want my honest answer to this?
Your honest answer.
Aaron's about 3 years past his retirement age. Should have retired 3 years ago. So, should the Steelers stick with Aaron Rodgers as their prospect, their attention? The Steelers got to do something.
Yeah.
So, should they? I personally think they ought to look elsewhere. I think Aaron's about 3 years past his time.
Right, and I agree with that.
I mean, now they showed Aaron Rodgers and Eric Metcalf out at UCLA Stadium, playing a game of catch basically, and I don't think that was just run of the mill. Hey, let's go play a game of catch. I think that was, hey, let's go get someone to notice us, see us doing this. Draw some attention to ourselves.
But the coach of the Steelers, Tomlin, he's a really
Mike Tomlin?
Mike Tomlin's a genuine coach.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely matured as a coach. I love him. I'm not a Steelers fan, but I do like Mike Tomlin.
He's been there a while.
But he's been searching. He's been searching for a while for someone to replace Roethlisberger, and
and that's really hard. That's just hard to do.
I'm old school, so I'm still looking for that steel curtain. That defense that they used to have.
Yeah.
So
I 100% agree with you. I think Aaron Rodgers is past his prime. He's just going on the downhill slope now. And I think he needs to retire.
I think the Steelers ought to. I'm looking at a mock draft right now, and I do believe the Steelers ought to go ahead and get Jackson Dart. I like that mock draft. I think Jackson Dart would be a better pick for the Steelers instead of focusing mainly on Aaron Rodgers.
I think they should pick Howard from Ohio State, honestly.
Ooh, I don't know. I like Jackson Dart. He took Eli's records at Ole Miss and beat him. Eli's a Hall of Famer. So the Steelers could be potentially getting someone that would be a Hall of Famer that would be their face for the next at least decade.
Yeah. Well, I can see. So I'm going to take it as far as I can see Howard being the next Brady. because he's a pocket passer. He stays in the pocket. He's accurate. He can get the ball out of his hand quickly. He can recognize plays. He's an all around great field general.
He's good, and I'm not denying that. Woo, putting him up there with Brady though.
I think I'm taking it as far as I think he could be right up there with him.
That's big. That's big. That's a big.
If not Peyton Manning.
So you're saying Peyton's better than Brady? I think so too, but Peyton's the. I don't know. Peyton was just a different quarterback.
Yeah, he was a different breed for sure. But tell me what you guys think. Should the Steelers stick with Aaron Rodgers or should he retire?
So I read a headline the other day. It was an April Fool's Day headline. So, they said Vitello, from the coach for Tennessee, the Vols, baseball, had been suspended because he was too good of a coach that no one else had a chance. I agree. I agree.
That's funny.
I mean, they're defending national champs, and they're picking up right where they left off last year. Vitello, as hot-headed as he is, he's a good coach.
Right. That's basketball?
Baseball.
Oh, baseball. Okay.
Tony Vitello is baseball.
Okay.
Now, Rick Barnes would be the Tennessee
That's
basketball coach.
okay.
So
that's funny. I tell you what, yeah, them Tennessee boys, they're hanging in there tough.
Having been from Tennessee, there ain't much else to do. So, yeah, they can play some baseball.
That's for sure. Going on to, so the race is this Sunday, and it's the Japanese Grand Prix. And I'll give you my thoughts on who I think is going to win it, because they are a hot team right now. They are absolutely running the tracks right now. And that is McLaren. McLaren, I think, is the one of the best teams in Formula One right now. They're taking it to Red Bull. They're, sadly to say, they're taking it to my team Ferrari. But you know what? It's okay. I think McLaren will win, even go as far as win the Constructors Championship again, because they are the defending Constructors Champion. And I'm going to take it even further and say Lando Norris is going to beat Max Verstappen in the World Drivers' Championship.
Ooh.
So Max has had a lot of issues with his car, a lot of problems. They're taking out Liam Lawson from Max Verstappen's partner in Red Bull and bringing in Yuki Tsunoda. So that's going to be a change up there. So Red Bull's having a lot of issues right now, and I don't think Christian Horner has the right focus on where he wants to go with Red Bull right now. So I think definitely for sure McLaren is going to take it all this year.
Well, I can't say you're wrong. I don't know. Verstappen is definitely a name that I've heard in several talks, watching different sports shows. It's a name that has definitely been out there. But so is Lando Norris, and so is Hamilton. So those are all names that I've heard. So we know that as an outsider looking in, the names that you hear are the names that are the biggest prospects, obviously, at winning it all. and that's a pretty slim field. So I can't say you're wrong. I don't, you're not asking for a dark horse sort of to come out of nowhere.
Right, right.
So,
And so they're saying by next year, Cadillac is going to enter the F1 world.
well,
And
I don't know if I would.
it's not for certain, but they're saying that Daniel Ricciardo may be the main driver for Cadillac coming back. It's not for certain, but that's just some of the rumors out there, some of the theories. So my wife, Audrey, she's really excited. She said, I'm gonna have to hop on the Cadillac bandwagon. And as we said in the last video that we couldn't post, but it's it wouldn't be us if we didn't have a deep conversation, every once in a while. But like I said before, it's really good to have that support, have your wife be there, and
Have the same kind of passion,
right,
same kind
as
of
you do.
interest,
Right.
Exactly. For an example, what are we doing this weekend? Well, we're going to see the Florida Vanderbilt game down in Gainesville.
Yes, I'm
And-
so excited about that. Can't wait.
And my wife and your wife are both going because they both like baseball.
Yeah.
And they both love us. So,
Yep.
they're just kind of supporting us in it. And it's nice as a guy that, very sports minded and very heavy into sports, that every now and then I'll hear my wife saying something like, oh, well, so-and-so played, well, Zakai Ziegler, for example. I said something about the interview that he said where that Knoxville was going to be his home. And all I said was Zakai Ziegler. And she goes, oh, yeah, the Tennessee point guard. And I'm like, yeah, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. It just kind of, it's nice. It's nice.
And so this morning, my wife looks at me and she goes, oh, the Japanese Grand Prix is this Sunday, isn't it? And I'm like, well, yes. Yes, it is this Sunday. Yes. It's really good just to be able to talk something that you're passionate about, like you said, sports minded, and being able to talk to your significant other, because my wife, she grew up around baseball, like everything in her family was baseball.
Her grandfather and
Her grandfather, her mom, it's just everything around her is baseball. And I'm starting, I always was into baseball, but now I'm starting to get more into it. And I tell you what, I love baseball.
I'm with you. It's still America's game, in my opinion. My wife, your mother, I can honestly say she grew up around baseball because she grew up around me.
Yeah. And you played baseball your whole life.
My entire life. My little league coaches, I will never forget them. To my dying days, I'll never forget it. Coach Jones, Coach Hooper, Coach Bollinger. I'll never forget those guys. They played such an impact in my life that it formed my opinion of the game.
Yeah, as they
As
should.
it should.
As a coach should. Yeah.
Right. And so it's still America's game.
Right. I mean, even when I played football, I had coaches that made a big impact on my life and helped me to learn the game. And it's which is really cool. To all you coaches out there, thank you for what you do. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. keep pushing these kids to love the game. But that's all I have for today.
That's all I got. I had some work I could get done anyway.
All right.
That's what I was doing right there. Is I was confirming an order. But yes, this coming week we'll be talking Final Four next week. We're going to be talking.
We're going to be talking draft.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be talking draft. Be talking Japanese Grand Prix.
We're going to be talking some more baseball.
Always baseball.
But
All right, guys.
all right, fans. Y'all have a blessed day.
Fall for life, baby.
Vandy life. Have a good one.